Okay, Aaliyah. Your mother told me that you were cried for over an hour because I described to you how Angel was dead. And then you you told me that your phone died. Quite a few things hurt me because of that entire situation. You asked a question, I give out the answer, whether people like it or not. Nothing wrong with the truth. For some reason, over 99% of the people in the world don't like hearing the truth, even though they're asking for the truth. No one wants to be lied to. If I'd have never went to jail that day for coming to get you, to bring you down to a new home that I bought, or coming up to get you and bringing you down to a new home that I bought, whatever the case is, at least I wouldn't have went to jail. This more likely probably would never have happened. Probably. I can't say for sure or give a certain to it, but I can say probably. We've been apart for so long, you know nothing about me other than I'm your dad. To me, you're still that little girl, 11 years old. You'll always be my little girl. I wouldn't care if you're a billion years old. You'll still be my little girl. Something changed about you. Something changed about something changed here in this United States as well. Well, nothing's changed in the United States. People around the world don't like Black Americans or African Americans. No one knows why. All I know is they'd much rather see us back in slavery and keep us there. So I don't know how much of you know about that right now. In any case, I was remembering growing up with you. Every time we went out, you were never at my backside. Only one time I remember you were had two times I had my back to you. It's when you fell out of that cart in the Walmart in Moses Lake, and that was an accident, of course. I should have turned my back on you, knowing how old you were. Although you were good, so in the time that Josette's dad pointed a gun at me and he was uphill from you, and your mother. And your mother just got done putting you in the car and then turned around and got in the car seat. I mean, in the front of the car. And then I turned around and as I was getting in, because me and him were having an argument. And I never did like that guy at all. No one liked him. Point is, he came out of his house and he had to have been at least 3 or 4 feet above my position and pointed his little revolver down onto me. When that happened, the only thing I could think of was you were only a few feet behind me on the opposite side of the car. And because of how old Josette's dad was, I wanted to make sure he hit me first. And because I knew that type of gun, the bullet wouldn't travel straight through me. So I jumped up, put my hands up, and stepped directly in front of you or in line with you. So if he did shoot, and when he did hit me, you would be directly behind me, and the bullet wouldn't travel through me. Because if I remember correctly, it looked like a little 38 pistol is what it was. That bullet would have never traveled through me. You'd have been safe. Your mother, this entire time, not only did not say anything, but didn't even get out the car. Your mother and her dad had a strange relationship. It didn't dawn on me until just a few minutes ago that your mother never cared about me, which is odd, because I did everything I could. And a lot of stuff that I did when I was when you came around, I was incapable of doing a lot of things. Although that didn't mean that I didn't try to do my best, and I did my best. My best just wasn't good enough at that time. Believe it or not, Aaliyah, an incident like that came along not too long after that. Your mother was just pissing off her dad. Leandre had it. So Leandre picked up the rock, about 8 or 9 times the size of my fist, or about as big as my head. And I got a big ass head. Well, not as big as your mom's. He picked that rock up and swung it back like this and was getting ready to crack your mama. And at that time, me and your mother were fighting. She was doing some crazy, stupid stuff. Like she wanted to hang out with her ex-boyfriends and stuff, but didn't want me to hang out with my ex-girlfriends. Not that I did anything with them anyway. If we did hang out, we just happened to meet at a bar or something, where I met your mom, the sandbar. But it was perfectly okay for your mom to go hang out with them all night long. I just didn't. There's a lot of stuff. Your mom would poke me in the face. I'd poke her in the face. Yeah, we did a lot of dumb stuff. I definitely don't want you or the other kids to do this dumb stuff that your mother and I did. All that came back in a flash, but I wasn't thinking about the time that Josette's dad pointed that gun at me. I didn't think of it until about 10 minutes ago. I put my hand on that rock. I seen that Leandre was struggling with that rock. I didn't want him to crack his daughter with that rock. It would have been a mess. And at that time, with your mother, Josette, I didn't give a damn what happened to her. Part of me wanted Leandre to crack Josette with that rock, because Josette just stood there like the little stubborn-ass lady that she is. Instead of just getting away from Leandre like she could have, even though your mother has been and always will be a big girl all her life. She could have easily just walked away, but she stood there challenging him. I've never challenged my father. I've always bowed to him. That's my dad. Josette challenges guy. That's why I truly believe that Leandre did something to Josette when she was a little girl. I know that he did something to her to Almeida growing up. Josette told me that. She told me all about that. And Almeida didn't seem to have a problem with Leandre, but Almeida was smart at the same time. Every time something came up with Leandre, Almeida would just leave. And now I'm thinking about this entire thing. You know, when you and I were together, I've only had my back to you twice. Every time you and I went to the store or McDonald's or Walmart, you were always either at my side or you were in front of me and I was following you. Always. And today, when I walk around and see dads, mothers, with their kids, they're always, for the most part, especially amongst our people for some reason. I don't know why. It's just, the majority of the time it's our people. The kids are not with the parents, or the parents is well in front of the kids are trailing along. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, well, if anything happened to the kid, the mom and dad can't do nothing about it. Because if you cared about your child, you would keep the child at your side or in front of you. And from my point of view, Aaliyah, I don't see a relationship between you and I ever working out. Me as your father, you as my daughter, because of what your mom did. We're so far separated, I have no idea what you are about. You have no idea what I'm about. If your mother would have never just put me in jail that day when you were when I was coming to get you out of school, we would have never had this problem. The only reason why she did is because I never told her I was not going to discuss with her about the house that I bought with this woman. That's why your mom had me put in jail. That's why your mom. That's not why, but that was a large part of the reason why. That was also why your mother wouldn't allow or agree for you to come up there and spend the weekend with me, even though she didn't have a problem with it a couple of days prior. The problem came in is when I sent you the link to the phone of what that house looked like, and you went through it. You immediately told your mom, and right after that, Josette started calling me, wanting to know about this house. And I've always told her we ain't together. I ain't got to tell you nothing. I'm coming to get our daughter, like I've always done, and then I've always brought you back to your mom. I've even cut my time short having you because your mom missed you. And your mom has you right now more than 99% of the time, and then had you more than 99% of the time. And I cared about you, but I also cared about Josette's feelings because I know what a female goes through and their child. And I knew that I would have to deal with, and you would have to deal with missing dad and me missing you, because once your mother gets angry, she'll do whatever it takes to get her child back, not caring the one most important person in the world hurts, which was you. There's going to be I just can't do to a child. I can't do to anybody what they do to me. That stuff's going to change. That stuff is going to change. I am more and more going to be an eye for an eye. And that's sad, Aaliyah. That's sad. You lied to me. You said your phone couldn't charge, and that's not the reason why. You asked me a question, I gave you the truth, and maybe that was too much for you. But you lied to me. And you could have just told me the truth. I would have understood. I am not a callous. I am not a reckless person to think that your feelings wouldn't get hurt because of me telling you the truth. And I'm not going to lie to you either. That's a large part of why your mother doesn't want you to be with me and me to be with you, is because your mother knows I'm going to tell you the truth, and that's that. And none of it's pretty for your mom. Them things that I told you is just the small parts of your mom, and those are bad. And you had your mom lie to me. Your mom's used to it. I got a lot of soul searching to do when it comes to you. My oldest daughter doesn't want nothing to do with me. That's sad. It's just sad.